We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in the second game of a three-game series at Rogers Center in Ontario, Canada. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the Birdwatcher, back for another night of baseball. Welcome back. People call me BW for short. How you doing there, Charm City chat? And let me say a special hello to those that might be new to my channel. I'm happy you found it. I started this channel up in time for the 2024 season. I've been doing live play-by-play and commentary for every single Orioles game ever since, and I'm already having trouble with my cursor. Here we go. Really? We're doing this already. Okay, looks like it's back to normal. Come on now. It's going to be a long night if we're doing this. We up? Okay. Right. Great. I can't handle this. Oh my God, there's too much bad news going on right now for this to be happening. Come on. All right. Are we good? I think we are close to good. Yeah, it looks like my cursor. Oh my goodness. Great start, BW. Great start. Listen up, folks. Oh no. God. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, what am I asking for here? Oh, it's gonna be a night. Folks, I woke up precisely 15 minutes before this stream started. My alarm didn't go off. Thank God I woke up, I think, in time. But if I can't get my computer working normal. Okay. Are we done? No. I'm in a reoccurring nightmare here, folks. I keep getting everything up, and then when I go to move it, it just goes back away again. There it goes again. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness. It took what, 115 games or something like this? You got to be kidding me. All right, I'm going to try to not touch anything. I'll use that. All right. Let's try it from here and let's see what happens. Well, normally I'd be talking to those who are new to the channel and advising you to give it a chance and maybe hit that subscribe button and help the channel grow. But man, if you're just tuning in tonight, I don't know why you would. This presentation so far has been absolute hot garbage. Speaking of hot garbage, Gregory Soto is still on the team. And there's some other news we have to talk about. Unfortunate news. Can I get my cursor up there? Can I click on it? All right. Heston Kjerstad is on the 10-day concussion list. He was already demoted to AAA a few days back when we made all these roster moves to make room for some new players. Kjerstad is on the 10-day DL, but the news that's even tougher than that to swallow is Grayson Rodriguez, who, because of right lat and teres discomfort, is going to be on the 15-day DL, retroactive to August 4th. And we have no idea how long he's going to be out. We really don't. I haven't gotten any sort of a timetable. If anyone's got an update on a timetable, give me a source and what that timetable might be. Please. Again, I just woke up. Got no preparation for this game whatsoever. I am barely had time to get on the hat and make a cup of coffee. Let me hit this here. Another move that's made. Guess what? We have another pitcher who's injured. This time it's Jacob Webb, and it's elbow inflammation, which is not good news. That is typically something that could wind up costing Webb the rest of his season. The dreaded elbow inflammation. He's on the 15-day DL. Brian Baker is back up with the team. And again, once again, Keegan Aiken is also back up with the team to replace Grayson Rodriguez, which means if we're bringing up a middle reliever to replace a starter, that only tells me we're going to put Albert Suarez right back into the rotation, not call upon the likes of, say, Cole Irvin, who we DFA'd, but he cleared waivers. He's back with the minor league roster. And Cade Povich, which I don't think he's really ready for. I don't think he's really ready for the responsibility yet. Anyway, I think Cole Irvin would have been our best option. Put him in there, have him in there in the rotation. Give him another chance. I know he struggled the last half dozen starts or so of his season, but the first 6-7 starts were pretty damn good. I think Cole Irvin can help us out still. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're running out of options here, aren't we? We're running out of arms. Tonight it's going to be Trevor Rogers on the mound. And there you can get a look at his numbers up close and personal. Oh, my. This, yeah, I'm going to have to somehow figure out a way not to mess around with this cursor for, like, the entire night. So I guess the best way to do that is have everything up and running and just hope I don't have to do anything else. All right. We good? Let's see, now we're back to being like that. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to have to, all right, folks, hang in there. First pitch is still moments away. Starting lineups are hopefully on your screen in a moment or two. There they are, sort of. Okay. God, could you just behave? Honestly, could you just sit right there for a minute? Please, for the love of all that's holy. I honestly. How you doing, Charm City chat? I don't know. It's going to be one of those mornings. Yesterday wasn't much better after the game. The game wasn't too good. My day after the game went terribly. I woke up late. But so late that I didn't have time to really remember all that stuff. You know how you wake up in the morning and you don't have time to remember how bad your day went the day before until you've been up for a few minutes? See, now it's doing this again. Yeah, I kind of had a morning like that. What are we doing here? What am I asking for here? What exactly am I asking for? I'm not asking for a whole lot. you gotta be. All right. Well, I guess. Yeah. We'll just. Yeah. I don't even know. Let's see here. Are you gonna be nice to me? You're not gonna be nice to me, are you? This is ridiculous. Okay. Well. I'll have the game up here in a minute. I'm going to have to do this. Sorry, folks. Oh, no. That's not a good sign. Why is the volume coming in through here? Volume should not be coming through here. Wow. All right. We might even have. I don't understand. I can't turn left. I just can't get left. Geez Louise. All right, folks. Hang in there. Everything's going to be up in a minute. You've seen the roster moves. This is going to come over here now. There's where we are at the sub count. There's your lineups. And now I just got to figure out what went wrong with the whatchamacallit. I guess I'll unplug it. And now the screen just shows you some shirts again. I am ready to pull what little hair I have left out. Let's try plugging this back in. Colton Cowser is about to step into the batter's box. Folks, super quick. The Orioles lineup, Colton Cowser playing center, leading off. Anthony Santander in right field. Gunnar Henderson at shortstop, hitting third. Ryan O'Hearn, the cleanup hitter in left field. Adley Rutschman, the catcher, batting fifth. Ryan Mountcastle at first base, hitting sixth. Eloy Jimenez, the DH, batting seventh. Jackson Halliday will hit eighth and play second. And Kobe Mayo all the way down in the ninth spot, batting or playing third base. Folks, Bowden Francis is on the mound for the Blue Jays. We'll go over their lineup when they come up to hit in the bottom of the first. But for now, Colton Cowser is stepping into the batter's box. And I have no idea if that noise even made it across here. Am I even on here? The first pitch to Cowser is on the outside edge for a called strike. Where are the sound effects? All right, we're ready to go. We got everything. The whole kit and caboodle. 0-1 the count, and the next pitch is swung on and missed 0-2. Cowser had his hit streak ended yesterday in rather unceremonious fashion. He had one more plate appearance to make, and it was in a big spot. And Brandon Hyde elected to go to a pinch hitter, Kobe Mayo instead, and Mayo struck out. This pitch is outside for ball one ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if they've got the scoreboard up here or not. We'll keep it right here for now. 1-2 count on Cowser. 251 average coming into today. He fouls this one back, and the count is still a ball and 2 strikes. I've got some coffee. How you doing, Charm City chat? I'm going to need a lucky. And again, I woke up. I had to go on the air at 5:55. I woke up today at 5:42 on my own recognizance without an alarm. Thank goodness. This pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, I woke up without the alarm going off going, oh, it must be one of those things where I wake up super early again. I might as well just roll back over. Oh, let me just look at my phone just to be sure. This pitch is outside. Full count on Cowser now. So I open up my phone and I see that I have 12 minutes to be on the air. And naturally, I freaked out. But here I am. Payoff pitch is swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. Long AB to begin the ball game. 7 pitches already from Francis to Cowser. Here comes the next payoff. This one swung on and fouled straight back again. Colton Cowser. Again, he looks so good as a leadoff hitter. Look at him working the count and then fouling off pitches, extending the at-bat, making the pitcher work, letting everybody else on the team see what he's got. These are leadoff hitter qualities, and now he takes a pitch way up and off the plate for ball 4.
I'm walking here.
That is the perfect leadoff hitter at-bat right there. That's it. That's how you do it. Colton Cowser, I had no idea you had the makeup to be a perfect leadoff man with power. Well, I'm wearing the exact same clothes as yesterday, Ray, so take your guess. This pitch is a called strike to Anthony Santander.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Tony coming into today hitting .246, 32 homers, 75 driven in. I will try to pick up my laundry right after the ball game. But for now, your boy's wearing the only thing he's got. Here's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. But hey, what I got is got an orange flares on the shoulder. I got an Orioles type shirt, orange and gray. It matches their uniform. They got their gray road jerseys on. Powder blue jerseys, shirts and pants for the Blue Jays. Check on the runner Cowser. He's back in. Santander with an 0-2 count. I see plenty of taters up in the chat. Let's see a few more. Come on now. 0-2 pitches off the plate outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. By the way, to the mods, again, I did wake up super late. Didn't even have a chance to open up the Discord. I don't have any idea if there was any important things that needed to be brought up or talked about regarding, channel stuff. Not the non-channel stuff. You know me. That can wait till after the ball game. This one's fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But, hopefully we're all good to go here today. I see Ms. Janet. I see Matt. I might have seen Rob and Froggy as well, but my memory isn't quite catching up with the rest of me yet today. We'll get there. 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball hit in the air to right field. Going back on it, and this ball's going to go! Bye, birdie! Anthony Santander has done it again. Unbelievable. The Orioles have jumped out to a 2-0 lead as he sends one out to right field, just clearing the wall into the first row of stands. A 2-run shot to make it 2-0 here in the first. My goodness. Flash it up, everybody. The Orioles lead 2-0. Gunnar Henderson at the plate. And he will, first of all, that was home run number 33 for Santander. Gunnar hits it in the one. Into left center. Varsho, the center fielder, will track it down in the gap for the first out of the ball game. My goodness. Okay, Gunnar flies out. 2-0 Orioles here in the top of the first.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get late.
Tony does it again, and we need all the runs we can get with Trevor Rogers on the mound for us tonight. Okay, 1 out. Here's Ryan O'Hearn. First pitch to him. He goes after it. Orioles are up there aggressive swinging.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Don't have to be always aggressive. Take a page out of Kowser's book. You can work a count. You can make this pitcher sweat out there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Taken inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. By the way, the hat today, nobody gave a super chat for today's hat wearing. This is all for me. As this ball's hit on the ground, foul. Why? Because I haven't showered and I got bedhead. So, there's a reason for everything. All right. Base is empty, 1 out and a 1-2 count on Ryan O'Hearn. Next pitch is swung on and fouled away. Still 1-2. By the way, folks, hopefully you're not too far ahead of me if you're watching along. If you are, though, there's a way to get around it. Just pause your game at some moment in the game, like, say, the next out, and then allow me to catch up, make the call of that play, and then unpause your game. You're good to go. This pitch is low, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan O'Hearn. That's the power of the hat. That's the power of the hat. Can you feel it? Hit on the ground at second base. And O'Hearn's going to ground out here for the second out of the inning. That's Ernie Clement over there at second. I got to go through the Blue Jays positions and lineup order here in the next half inning break. Your boy ran late today. That is a very courageous final score prediction. Also, it would mean I'm going to be sitting in this chair a very long time. Here's Adley Rutschman. Goes after the first pitch and pops it straight up on the infield. The first baseman has it. Spencer Horwitz makes the catch, and the inning is over. But Anthony Santander, a third of the way to 100 home runs. Is there enough time left in the season? I don't know. It might be enough time to get to 50, though. I tell you what. Certainly 40. 33rd home run, a 2-run shot after half an inning. It's the Orioles 2 and the Blue Jays coming up. All right. Folks, I don't know if you read my description that I write for every game that I stream there in the little YouTube description area. But the way I'm looking at this game today is this. It's like, all right, we saw just about the worst of everything. We may have seen the worst individual game in terms of managerial decisions made by Brandon Hyde since he's been with the club. I'm not sitting here trying to say off with the guy's head. I'm not saying fire the guy. I'm not that guy. Look, but you can't sit there and ignore some very questionable decision-making that pretty much the entire baseball community is in universal agreement with. I mean, even Connor Newcomb, shout out to him. He does the Locked On Orioles podcast. He tends to try to be, and I don't say this like it's disingenuous, but he tends to be, positive about most situations and give you the, silver lining to the dark clouds we might have on our team. He didn't have an answer for this. Nobody really has an answer for what Brandon Hyde was thinking. So he had that to think about. We had to worry about how, Suarez went out there and pitched a heroic performance in an emergency situation. 73 pitches, barely had time to warm up, gave you 5 shutout innings and kept us in the ball game. And then you had Grayson Rodriguez. The news comes out that it's not just a scratch. He's got an actual injury. It's not just an illness or something. All that with our backs against the wall coming into today's game, you're thinking we got no chance with Trevor Rogers on the mound. And, well, you know what? In baseball, it tends to work out oftentimes where when it looks on paper like you don't have a chance, you wind up winning, and vice versa. Sometimes you get a matchup where it's like, oh, we're going to beat this team. No problem. And then you don't. So, for some reason, I'm weirdly optimistic that we can win this game tonight. But the loss of Grayson Rodriguez is certainly hurting. This pitch is off the plate. That's the third pitch of this at-bat. Forgive me for all of the monologue. George Springer is leading it off for the Blue Jays. He's got a 1-2 count. And the next pitch is off the plate, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from the lefty Trevor Rogers. Springer batting .224 on the season. And this one is up and in. Did that hit him? Or was that a foul ball off of Springer's bat? It's a 2-2 count. Definitely didn't hit him. 2-0 Orioles in the bottom of the first. The Orioles just facing the leadoff man and a swing and a miss. Trevor Rogers, first batter he faces, gets a strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
This is what I'm talking about, folks. There's no reason on paper for the Orioles to come out and win this ball game tonight when you think about everything that happened last night. The momentum is not there. Here's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit. All right, maybe I should just count my chickens and shut up. As Ernie Clement gets a base hit up the middle. On the ground ball, not hit all that hard, but right up the middle where nobody was. 1 out single, and here comes Vlad Guerrero Jr. All right, Guerrero, obviously a dangerous hitter. And the first pitch to him is low and away. .317 average, 22 homers, 72 driven in. And he has gotten the best of us a couple of times this season in big spots. Another one low and away. So Rogers appears to have no ambitions on trying to attack a Guerrero here in this at-bat, at least not yet. Now it's dangerous to attack with a 2-0 count. And the pitch is fouled back. A fastball, a couple inches outside, got Guerrero to go after it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Everything's been away so far. Guerrero's hard hit rate is 56%. That's 5th highest in baseball. Here's one swung on and missed on a pitch low and in. All right. Rogers gets the count even up at 2-2. Giving Guerrero a little something different to look at there. After working him outside, he goes low and in. Gets a swing and a miss. There's a runner at first base and 1 out for the Blue Jays. Orioles infield is shifted as much as they can for Guerrero to pull the ball to the left side. The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, full count. Oh, I'm so afraid to just go over here. It looks like the cursor's back to acting normal. It's going to be Alejandro Kirk on deck. No surprise to see Kirk moved up to the cleanup spot, especially against a left-hander after hitting a big home run last night. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one is swung on and fouled away. We'll do it again. Guerrero is in the middle of an 18-game hitting streak, and in that time he is hitting an even 500, 9 home runs, an OPS of 1.630. That is volcanic hot. That is standing on the sun hot. This one is an inside-out swing and a base hit to the opposite field. I tell you what, Guerrero, even when he doesn't square it up, all he can do is get base hits. There's 2 on now with 1 out. And here comes Alejandro Kirk. Come on, Rogers. Let those positive vibes I'm feeling, even though on paper I shouldn't have it, let me keep feeling them, buddy. Get out of this inning. We got Alejandro Kirk coming up next. Get him to hit one on the ground. Kirk batting .245 on the season. First and second, 1 out in the bottom of the first. The Orioles got a 2-0 lead in the top half. Here's a called strike. 84 miles an hour to Kirk. His home run last night, just the 3rd of the season for him. 0-1 pitch. That one's lined foul right behind the plate. Boy, the perspective of that ball off the bat, it looked like it might be lined right back up the middle, but it was going backwards to the backstop. It's 0-2 on Kirk. Got to put away a batter when he's 0-2. Rogers checks the runner. The pitch. There's a one hit to right field. If this ball's fair, it's trouble. It is a foul ball, says Tony, as he throws it back in. Thank you for the indication there, Tony. That ball will sit down in the corner and out of view of the camera. Down the right field line. That ball was foul by only a couple of inches. Wow. Just an inch or 2 from being fair. That would have scored 2 runs and tied the ball game. My goodness. Yeah, we are at the Rogers Center, so you would hope Trevor Rogers might feel a little inspired. He's pitching in a park named after him. What more do you want, Trevor? 0-2 the count on Kirk. And he goes into his windup and then steps off the rubber. That wasn't really a move to try to check on the runner. I think Rogers just realized midway through his windup that something was wrong. He's going to try it again here. 0-2 pitch to Kirk. This one's up and in, ball 1. And Rogers on 18 pitches now in the first inning, having only gotten 1 out so far. Double play ball here would remedy that real quick. 1-2 pitch is high. You're not going to get a double play ball with a pitch neck high there, Rogers. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What a waste of a pitch that was. And now you got to come in with something. You don't want the count going full here. You had him 0-2. Put him away now. The pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Third base and off the glove. But luckily, it's going to be kept on the infield. Oh, my goodness. Coby Mayo could not pick this bounce cleanly. It pops up in the air, and the bases are now loaded, still with only 1 out. I mean, if Mayo can pick this cleanly, we're starting to turn a double play ball with the slow-footed Kirk going down the line. I mean, Mayo let that ball completely eat him up. Not a good sign for Mayo defensively. Bases loaded with 1 out. And now the batter is Spencer Horwitz. Hitting .283. He was the cleanup hitter in last night's ball game. Dropped down to 5th here to face the lefty. The pitch is on the bottom of the zone for a called strike, 1-1. Folks, if I told you that Toronto would load the bases in the first inning off of Rogers, what kind of odds would you have given me? The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled away. 2 strikes on Horwitz. We need a strikeout or a double play real bad. All right, Slater, you might feel that way, but try to stay optimistic until we know for sure that that's going to be the case. The pitch is low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole Irvin was not called up, Nicholas. Brian Baker was called up to replace Jacob Webb, who's got elbow inflammation, and Keegan Aiken was brought up to replace Grayson Rodriguez, which means Albert Suarez would likely return back to the rotation for now, which I'm not a fan of. This pitch is low, and the count now has gone full. So a full count with the bases loaded. What can Trevor Rogers do in a situation like this? The payoff pitch, swung on, hit to the left side, and it's going to be caught out there. Ryan O'Hearn, a run will score on a sacrifice fly, but all things considered, that ball was hit hard. It could have gotten down in the corner for extra bases. Cheers to Ryan O'Hearn for chasing this ball down. And the Orioles for now still have a lead. It's now 2-1 on the sac fly by Horwitz, with Clement coming in to score. 2 down in the inning, runners at first and second. Coming up to the plate now is Davis Schneider. Didn't I just say he scored? Okay, Ernie Clement scored. Okay, for some reason I get Ernie Clement and Davis Schneider mixed up. Davis Schneider hitting .214. 10 homers, 37 driven in. He's got an 0-1 count. And the next pitch is upstairs. But it's called a strike. All right. Thank you very much. 0-2 the count. That ball was 2 inches above the plate, maybe 2.5. 0-2 the count on Schneider. This one's high by a foot this time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the first, folks. Orioles 2, Blue Jays 1. Both offenses have touched up the starters here in the first inning. 30th pitch from Rogers in the inning, and that one is outside, 2-2. So going to be over 30 pitches in the first, which is why you need a long reliever like an Albert Suarez. I'm going to explain exactly why Albert Suarez makes so much sense, and then maybe call up a Cole Irvin to take the rotation spot. This one's hit on the ground at third, and Mayo is going to run to the bag to get the force at third to win the inning. Coby Mayo able to field that one cleanly, but he does commit an error, and if it weren't for that error, we might have been able to get out of this inning without giving up a run. I think that has to go as an unearned run. It is an unearned run for Trevor Rogers. So, folks, You might not be excited about how Trevor Rogers is looking after the first inning, but the run given up is an unearned run. That one's on Mayo. His first error of his major league career, right? He did have another miscue, in yesterday's ball game, but I don't think that counted as an error. 2-1 Baltimore as we go to the second. Time for a lucky. You know? Did I mention I woke up super late, folks? 15 minutes before going on the air. I wake up without my alarm having gone off. I'm thinking, what is it, 3:30 a.m.? Is this another one of those mornings where I wake up an hour and a half earlier than I need to, like every other morning? It's because I'm waking up on my own. The alarm didn't go off. I look over, I pick up the phone, and it says, hey, BW, you got like 14 and a half minutes to be on the air. You might want to get up. My goodness. So I'm a little discombobulated. I feel like I'm lacking in information. I guess we never went over the Blue Jays' entire lineup in terms of who's playing where. Springer's in right field, Clement at second base, Guerrero at third. Guerrero at third today. Okay. Alejandro Kirk is the DH, Horowitz at first base, Davis Schneider in left field, Dalton Varsho in center, Leo Jimenez the shortstop, and Brian Serven behind the plate. All right, folks, we're ready to go. Ryan Mountcastle is up next to lead it off for your Baltimore Orioles.
Okay, mount up.
And he takes a breaking ball low and away for ball one. Top of the second we go. Mountie, Jimenez, and Holiday. Due up. Man, there's Kirk sitting down. Wow, he is. This ball's popped up on the right side and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mountcastle. Folks, Alejandro Kirk has my physique. How is he in baseball? It's my physique. That is what I look like when I'm sitting. My entire midsection turns into Jabba the Hutt. Everything just spreads out. My goodness, this one's fouled away. 1-2 the count. I might have to make a run at playing baseball. I'm still only 47. How old was Roy Hobbs? This pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. How old was Roy Hobbs when he made his comeback? It might not be too late for your boy. Pizza the Hut. Lone Star. This one's an inside-out swing, and it's going to drop in front of the right fielder and bounce over his head. Mountcastle will turn and go to second base. Oh, my. It reminds you of the old days of the fake grass, the fake artificial turf of the Sky Dome, where every time a ball drops in front of an outfielder, they always had to wait back on it lest it bounce over their head. This one bounces over Springer's head anyway. This is actual grass, I think. Or is it synthetic? Looks like grass. Smokes like grass. Either way, leadoff double for Ryan Mountcastle. All right, Eloy Jimenez is coming up. First pitch is fouled back. Come on, Eloy. Oh, that foul ball. That foul ball wound up dropping on the field of play right up against the railing near the dugout. The catcher, Serven, went into a sliding attempt to catch it, but just out of reach. So still a foul ball all the same, but I got to pay attention to Eloy Jimenez. He is certainly the sort, and it's one of his negative qualities, I guess you would say, according to teammates and coaches, is there might be a lack of hustle, a lack of instant reaction to situations. Just a little, he can be a little lackadaisical out there. Hopefully, he's going to be in a better spot mentally here on a team that's trying to contend. This pitch is swung on a miss, and it's 0-2 on Jimenez. Hitting .500 in the early going for the Orioles. I think it's 5 for 10. If it's not, it's 4 for 8. Right now, his job is to get that runner over to third with nobody out right now. This one is swung on a miss, and he strikes out. So Jimenez does not have himself a productive at-bat. He had a chance to do something productive without getting a hit. Hey, but guess who's coming up? Jackson, don't you dare pinch hit for me again. Holiday is up now. Holiday had a home run in yesterday's ball game. Gave us a 1-0 lead at the time. This pitch is just a bit inside, and that ball looked like it had the edge. Look at Holiday getting those close calls like a veteran hitter who's established. 1-0 count. Mountcastle at second base. Next pitch is right on the same spot, maybe half an inch more in the plate, and that is where the line is on the zone, apparently, because that one's a called strike. That one was just an inch further into the plate. 4-game hitting streak for Jackson, 7 for his last 13, and this one is reached for off the plate, fouled away off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Captain Kirk, Ray. Captain Kirk. Oh, no. Ray. Captain Kirk. I get it. The 1-2 swung on a miss. Holiday, that looked like a swing from back in April on a fastball above the letters. He went chasing and strikes out. 2 down in the inning. The Orioles get a leadoff double, and that runner at second base is still standing there now with 2 down. It'll be up to the number 9 hitter, Kobe Mayo.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
All right, Kobe. I mean, you got a lot of stuff to work on. How about your first major league hit? Swing and a miss on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. How about making up for that error in the last inning? So much could be better for Kobe Mayo right now if he can just get a hit right here. Driving his first run as well. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. In AAA this season against his OPS against right-handed pitching in AAA is over 1,000. Actually hits righties better than lefties. This one is swung on a miss, and I can't for the life of me understand how he doesn't even get a piece of that pitch. Pretty straight at 93 and had the plate. 1-2 the count. The next pitch, swung on and fouled back. Just got a piece of that one. Off the middle of the bat. Just scraping it to foul it straight back behind the plate. Still 1-2 on Mayo. 2-1 Orioles. We're only in the top of the second right now. There's 2 down and a runner at second base. Ryan Mountcastle, who led off the inning with a double. The 1-2 to Mayo. Swung on. Fouled back again. Well, the longer Mayo can keep an at-bat going, the more experience. I mean, every pitch is an experience for a guy just getting called up like this. Keep that at-bat going. Foul some pitches off. Start getting that timing down. Start figuring out the pitcher. This one is laid off. Good job by Mayo. That is a pitch he has swung at and missed a few times so far already since getting called up. That low and away breaking ball. He lays off it, and the count is 2-2. Come on, Mayo. We're all rooting for you, buddy. A first hit here. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball up and in under the hands, and Mayo strikes out. He is 0 for his major league career. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-1 Orioles. My goodness. Mayo, bring out the Hellmans, because this is not the best. We can do better, Kobe. Come on now. Low-fat mayo. Here come the puns. Yeah, we might need a miracle. Whip, that is. All right. Might be time for that first lucky of the morning. And it would be the first lucky of the morning. I've not had time. All right, let's go. All right, folks, so you tell me. Again, I woke up late. I didn't have time to digest any news, information, anything going on other than what I saw on the Orioles Twitter page regarding transactions, roster moves, what have you. What's going on in baseball right now? Any day games today? Any other big news? What's going on with the Yanks? What's shaking out there, folks? I need you to fill me in. Dalton Varsho is going to lead off for the Blue Jays. Oh, the Yankees are making up the rainout already with a doubleheader today? And they won game one. Well, that stinks. White Sox ended the streak at 21. Hey, we get to share a record. All right, Dalton Varsho at the plate. First pitch is a bunt attempt, and that one's popped up and caught by Mountcastle, who comes charging in to make the catch. What a waste in that bat there by Varsho. One pitch, pops up a bunt, and he is out. Scratch that, I'm wrong. No doubleheader. Great. So basically, Charm City Chat is Twitter. Here's a check swing by Leo Jimenez at the plate for strike one. Leo hitting .209. He's been the starting shortstop since Bo Bichette has been on the DL. Oh, Cleveland lost. That's good. This pitch is fouled away. Orioles signed J.D. Davies. Not J.D. Davis. J.D. Davies. I know who J.D. Davis is. He started the season, well, first he was with Oakland. They kind of cut him. The Giants picked him up. I think he went somewhere else after that. Are you talking about J.D. Davis? Kind of a first baseman, outfielder, DH type? That would be weird. Or is it a pitcher? So it is J.D. Davis. What the hell are we doing with him? Is that a minor league contract? It's got to be. This one is up and in on Jimenez. 2-2 the count with one out here in the bottom of the second. Base is empty for the Blue Jays. Next pitch is swung on and fouled away. I thought maybe Rogers had struck him out there. Oh, that's right. The Yankees picked him up. That's right. I remember. Now I remember. After his stint with San Francisco, they cut him, and then the Yankees brought him in after Stanton went down, and they immediately put him in as the cleanup hitter behind Judge. That one's drilled into left field. If it stays up, it's gone. And that ball is a double. Thank God that ball stays in play. Could not tell as that ball, again, in the very, very corners of the outfield on either side, the ball gets lost down there. And that's exactly where this one was hit. It was absolutely roped down into the corner. It's a question of whether or not if it had the height, and apparently it did not. That ball, oh, wait a minute. I still can't tell where that ball hit off the wall. Either way, it's a one-out double. Blue Jays have the tying run at second base. Servin, backup catcher at the plate, right-handed hitter. And he is going to serve one over the glove of Holiday into shallow center, a base hit. Here comes the throw in. It's offline, and the Blue Jays have tied the ball game. Rogers gives up a game-tying single to the number 9 hitting backup catcher who's hitting under 100. Yep, Ray, I reported that at the top of the show. Jacob Webb on the DL, Brian Baker recalled from AAA. I mean, that ball just got over Holiday's glove. Not hit hard at all. Back to the top of the order for Springer. It's a 2-2 ball game now. 1 out and a runner at first base. First pitch is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Springer struck out his first time up. This one is it looked like a curve ball that stayed off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wait, the Guardians already played twice today? This one swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Yankees do have a doubleheader, and they did win the first one. Okay. I hope that's right. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and reached for, hit softly to second. Holiday's going to have to hurry, and that throw is just in time. My goodness. That ball was dribbling toward Jackson. And the Blue Jays dugout right now, considering a challenge, waiting for a replay of their own. I tell you what, that is probably worth challenging. Let's see. I just had an ad pop up over the screen right during this replay. Let's see. The ball, the foot. I mean, I think, wow. I think that's a tie that goes to the runner. Wow, they didn't even challenge. Thank you very much. 2 down. First pitch to Clement is a called strike. I would have challenged. I know it's early in the ball game. But I'm happy they did not challenge. 2 down, runner at second. 0-1 count on Clement. And this one's hit on the ground. Mayo with a stop. He throws, and it's thrown wildly. And a runner is going to come in to score. Kobe Mayo cannot field third base. The Blue Jays have taken a 3-2 lead. 2 of those 3 runs directly off of errors by Kobe Mayo. This one's grounded foul left side by Vlad Guerrero Jr. 2 down. I don't know why I don't see any errors on the scoreboard here. There's 2. Owen won the count on Guerrero. Runner at first. 2 down, 2 runs in. 3-2 Toronto in the second inning. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The last thing we can afford with Trevor Rogers on the mound is bad defense. And yeah, Kobe Mayo right now looks just as completely overmatched. Here, pickoff of Clement, and he is out. Okay. Trevor Rogers just picked off Ernie Clement off the bag. And that'll be the final out of the inning. But the Blue Jays have done the damage. They've scored twice. They've gone from being behind to going ahead. It's now 3-2. Blue Jays as we head to the third. Mayo needs to relax. Mr. Hyde, I mean, I said that after 2 games at the plate. All he's done is gotten more nervous. Again, this looks very much like a Jackson Holiday situation. At the plate and in the field. Just, it ain't happening right now. You want to give him enough chance to, find his footing. You don't want to pull the plug too early. But, folks, it took me 3 games to tell you Jackson Holiday didn't look ready. I jumped the gun early on that, and I knew I was taking a risk because I know everybody wants to see Holiday come up that first time and find his groove and impress baseball with his talent. But he just looked lost at the plate every time. And after just a few games, a couple of miscues in the field as well, at least shaky plays, if not errors. And we're seeing the same thing here from Mayo. Mayo looks a little more comfortable at the plate. He's been able to draw a couple of walks. But as far as hitting the baseball, we have yet to see it happen once. I mean, not only has he not had a hit, I can't even think of like a hard hit ball. Hey there, Cujo, Dallas Mod Girl, Michael. The Guardians and Yankees results mean the Yankees currently have the best record in baseball. That's all right. Give them a false sense of security. Folks, Colton Cowser's up. We got the top of the order up. Let's see what we can do. First pitch is a called strike. That was high and outside.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
And that's how this at-bat begins. Next pitch. Swung on and hit foul left side, 0-2 the count. That's right, the old school BW cow sound effect. Which means, of course, if Cowser ties the game with one swing here, I'll have to do it forever. This one is swung on and missed, which means I'll never do it again. Colton Cowser strikes out. 1 out here in the third. Anthony Santander is up.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
First pitch to Tony's. Called a strike that was high. What in the... Where's this strike zone going? That pitch was up to Tony, called a strike. So 2 batters in a row get a ball 1, called a strike on them, and that's a called strike 2. So now we got to deal with this on top of everything else. 0-2 the count. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch is swung on and missed, and Santander strikes out. 5 strikeouts already for Bowden Francis. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
I'm sorry, Gunnar Henderson at the
His name's
plate.
Gunnar and he's dating my mom.
I'm sorry, Gunnar Henderson.
His name's Gunnar and he's dating my mom.
He's dating my mom. And welcome in 1782. Gunner's 0 for 1 tonight. 289 average at the moment. This pitch is hit softly on the line to third, caught by Guerrero, and that'll do it here in the top of the third. The Orioles go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the third, 3-2 Toronto. What can BW do to lighten the mood? There's way too much ball game around here. JJ just posted his internet is out. Well, that sucks. Well, he's playing out west, right? He's got time for it to get back online. His game doesn't start for a couple of hours, right? Playing out west. Hopefully he'll be all right. Twister quotes. Elgood, I don't know. I think we've gone through all of them, haven't we? Just like BW, we must all... I can't read the B. Bust out the hats. He's got 2 hours. Okay. Bad storms on the East Coast. Let's get something going. I tell you what. We had something going. 2 runs in the top of the first. We set a tone. 15 minutes later, we're losing. Things aren't looking good in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. What's his pitch count? I'm guessing he won't make it to the 5th. Yeah, I mean, he had to throw, 31 pitches in the first. Had a better second inning. Total pitches now at 48. Francis has already thrown 3 innings, and he's only thrown 2 more pitches. So unless somehow you miraculously get 3 outs on 2 pitches, he'll have more pitches than Francis by the time this inning is over. Averaging 24 an inning so far. And my goodness, Guerrero to lead it off? Really? Here we go. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Toronto in the bottom of the third. First pitch is hit in the air, right side, and out of play. Guerrero with a base hit his last time up. He's now up to 319 average. Yeah, Billy Bean, it's been a couple of days since he's passed away. I didn't mention it on the stream, but yeah, rest in peace. I have not seen Maxine yet. Probably Monday when we have a day off. This pitch is just a bit high, a little bit inside maybe. 1-1 the count on Guerrero. Some of the feedback on Maxine has me a little worried, Elgood. Man, my throat is a mess. This pitch is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm reading a lot about how Maxine is, while, a decent movie. Not a bad movie at all, but hearing a lot of people say it's just nowhere near as good as X or Pearl. This pitch is off the plate, low and away. 3-1 on Guerrero. This is just over the plate, but low apparently. Ball 4, a leadoff walk from Rogers. Well, look at that, Elgood. You're telling me exactly what I've been saying. I've been told. So add another one. So I guess that's why I'm not in a terrible hurry to see it. I will wind up watching it. And I'll go in with my expectations not too high. I'm sure it'd still be a fun movie, but maybe not as fulfilling as those first 2. There's a called strike to Alejandro Kirk. Kirk has a base hit tonight. Angels have an early lead in the second game of a doubleheader over the Yankees. Thanks for that update, RJ. This pitch is line in the right field. Santander, though, is right where he needs to be to make the catch. Hard hit baseball to right by Kirk. But Santander, right man, right spot, 1 away. Yeah, not the Moneyball guy. Not the Moneyball guy. Spencer Horwitz at the plate. First pitch to him is a called strike. One on, one out here in the bottom of the third. Pitch number 57 from Rogers is a check swing on a pitch way inside. Did he go? The appeal, the camera didn't pick it up. Let's see what the count says. Currently reading 1-1 on Horowitz. And he asks for time. Hey, JJ. Hey, if you're talking to me, that means your internet's working, right, buddy? You got it up and running? Rogers and... God, my throat is terrible. Sorry. I apologize. The 1-1 to Horowitz is fouled at the plate off of his foot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right, good to hear, JJ. You got it back in time. Sometimes I freak out. My internet goes down for more than like an hour. And I'm just thinking to myself, please just get back in time for whenever I'm calling a game, no matter how long it takes. And then, yeah, I sit around worrying. I'm 115 games into this thing? I don't know how I've been able to get this far. But here I am, 1-2 the count. Horowitz at the plate. And the pitch is swung on, hit on the ground to second. Holiday goes to second for 1. Gunner to first, 2. A double play, and that'll end the inning. Horowitz hits into a twin killing. All right, the Orioles turn 2. Holiday to Gunner to Mountie. We head on now to the 4th inning. It's 3-2 Blue Jays. Yep, JJ, I woke up super late today. 15-minute between waking up and sitting here on the microphone. And I somehow made coffee. No time for a shower, though. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to go splash some water on my face. Hold on a sec. Your boy will be right back. Hang in there. Just a little splash of water on the old face. All right. Oh, you took a shower for me? Well, I hope you weren't alone. All right, where am I? Okay. Who are these tiny children in my face on the camera? Who are you little pipsqueak? All right, Ryan O'Hearn is at the plate, folks. Turn and burn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
It'll be O'Hearn, Rutschman, and Mountcastle. That was a called strike? And the entire Oriole dugout is barking right now. Everybody in the dugout is barking. Brandon Hyde might get tossed. He is screaming. I mean, that has got to be 5-6 bad calls on us. I can't tell you how many the Blue Jays have had. Maybe 1. This one is swung on by O'Hearn, hit to center field, but going to hang up. Caught by Varsho one way. This frickin' ump.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Oh, great day in the morning. A grand slam by the Angels have put him up 6-zip. Oh, I got to know 2 things. Who hit the slam and who gave it up? Adley Rutschman is at the plate.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
1 out, nobody on. The first pitch to him is taken low and in for ball 1. I don't think Mayo's a tough decision at all. I mean, if he continues to do this, we're probably going to give him a week, and then if it continues, he's going to get sent down. And probably maybe called back up by September 1st for a shot at a second shot. We got an extra roster spot to do it. But he sent him down, you know, let's say 5 days from now, if it looks like this. You get a few weeks in down there in AAA again. And a chance for one more call up. Here's a pitch low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Zach Neto. Oh, my goodness. The last guy you would expect hits the grand slam. I love it. Who gave it up? Oh, I got to know. 3-1 the count now on Rutschman. That's Larry Vanover behind the plate. I saw the gray hair. This one's line, base hit in the right field. Adley Rutschman with a 1-out single. Turn on the faucet. Rutschman does. He gives the gesture. A 1-out single. A line drive by Adley. Trying to pick it up. Man, Adley needs to get on a roll here. All right. I think it's time to mount up.
Okay, mount up.
Ryan Mountcastle steps in. He hit that double back in the second, leading off, and was stranded. A double here could tie the ball game. First pitch to him, a breaking ball. Catches the outside corner at the knees for a strike. Bowden Francis is in the 4th inning with 1 out on 58 pitches right now. 0-1 is swung on and missed. 93 on the outside. And Mountie has fallen into an 0-2 hole here. The next pitch, swung on, fouled back. Still no balls, 2 strikes. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Toronto. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Baltimore, though I honestly can't figure out how Kobe Mayo hasn't been charged with 2 errors. I mean, they were both clear errors to me. The 0-2 to Mountie. Catcher setting for a high pitch, and that is high, a fastball just above the zone. Mountcastle fouls it back, still 0-2. I think should Warren will pitch every day. See, I just moved the words around. Will Warren. WW. This one swung on, hit on the ground. Third base, and it eats up Guerrero and goes into left field. Boy, the hot corner is too hot for anybody tonight. Mayo's had trouble over there, and now Guerrero has this ball go right on through him. Oh, he absolutely had that ball eat him up. He moved a little to his left. Might have went through his legs or to his right. Completely misplayed it. 2 on now with 1 out for Eloy Jimenez. Tying run at second base. Oh, my sinuses are killing me, folks. I told you yesterday, I waited to the very end of the ball game to just reveal to you that I called that game yesterday dealing with what would appear to be a sinus infection. And no, it's not a 24-hour thing. Apparently, it's going to be a minute. Here's the pitch to Jimenez. High for ball 1. High for ball 1. First and second, 1 out. Tying run is at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased a breaking ball that fell low and away off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Three to 2 Blue Jays, top of the 4th. But the Orioles with a chance to tie or maybe take the lead. This pitch is swung on, hit on the ground. That's a tailor-made double play ball. And that's what that is. Rally killer. Inning over.
Stop it all.
All right. I don't have a special lucky ready to go, Ray. And, yeah, I'm running late. And, yeah. Gonna have to wait till after the game today. I've got some things I need to take care of right after the game today. I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, I have to go retrieve my laundry after going through a terrible experience yesterday, dealing with people who were, you know, at least from my view, friends for the past 5 years. A building I had moved into during COVID. I'd already been living in an apartment directly across the street from this building. And COVID came around, lockdown was happening, everybody was moving out of town, especially those like me who are, you know, foreigners living here. And it really took a toll economically on the town. There was a lady running a coffee bar at that building across the street. I noticed this new espresso bar. I walked up and ordered a coffee. We started talking. Wound up going there pretty much every morning for coffee and a nice chat. After a couple of weeks, she was telling me, hey, Steve. That's right. Steve's the name. Why don't you move in here? And I knew the reasoning. She needed customers. The building only had like 3 occupants. Place holds like 50 rooms. They were struggling. And I said, you know what? The rent's a little higher, but I've still got job security. I got a job working, doing content. I write online. I work from my room. Sure, I'll take the room. I stayed there for years during all that COVID time. This same lady treated me yesterday like I was absolute hot garbage. I don't know what happened. Here's a called strike to Davis Schneider to begin the bottom of the 4th. Sorry for that, but I'm still trying to get over. I take it so badly. This pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anytime I feel like I got a friend and everything's going fine, and then one day they start treating me like I've like killed their firstborn son or something, and I don't even know why. Here's a ground ball to third. Mayo, let's see if he can throw one accurately. He gets it across the diamond to Mountcastle for the first out of the inning. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. I know everybody came here to listen to my stories. So anyway, get this. I go to see this lady yesterday to pay my rent, right? Because, again, it's the other building I used to live in. I go there still to pay my rent, even though I live in this building. Here's Dalton Varsho at the plate, and he takes a called strike, bottom of the zone, outside corner. Varsho 0 for 1 tonight. And I get into her office, and I'm saying, good morning, how you doing? Here to pay my bill. And nothing about my tone is combative or, you know, trying to act snarky or mean or anything other than a pleasant disposition. Good morning, how you doing? Here's the 1-1 pitch to Varsho, and that one's lined, base hit in the right field for a 1-out single. The Blue Jays have another base runner. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll bring up Leo Jimenez. So to try to wrap up this very uninteresting story, but it is therapeutic for me because, again, this really hurt my feelings. I go in there to pay my bill. I'm talking. I'm saying good morning, and she's not responding. Like, she's just grabbing the bill out of my hand. She's getting the change, and I'm like, are you talking to me? Are you going to talk to me, or what's going on here? This pitch is fouled back by Jimenez. 1-2 the count. Excuse me. 0-1 the count. What? I thought he'd already had a... All right, make it 0-1. 1 out, runner at first. And the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. So at that point, I'm like, well, what is this all about? What do you want me to do? Tell me what I did wrong. If you're sitting here holding a grudge against me or something, could you at least tell me what it is? Maybe I can apologize for it so we can move on from whatever this is. This ball's hitting the left center field. It's trouble. Gonna get down and cut off by Cowser in the gap. The lead runner will make it to third base. It is a double for Leo Jimenez, second and third with only one out for the Blue Jays. And Rogers is right back into more trouble here in the fourth inning. So it's just tough because this same lady, we had a nice relationship, saw each other every day, got through COVID together when I had my heart attack and had to recover from surgery. She was very kind in helping to get things delivered up to my room for me so I didn't have to move around so much. Here's a called strike to Brian Serven, who had an RBI single his last time up. He's got his average up now to 160 after that hit. So I really care about this lady, I do, beyond just a customer, worker relationship. This is a check swing called a strike, 0-2 the count. Second and third for the Blue Jays, one down. They have a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. And, that's been on my mind all day ever since. Because, folks, I don't have a whole lot of... After COVID happened, half the friends I knew left town and never came back. This pitch is fouled away. And then I had that heart surgery, which put me off the grid for an extra 9 months, tacked on to the end of the whole COVID thing. So by the time I was kind of back to 100%, it had been nearly 3 years since stuff was normal. And in that time, a lot of connections lost. The infield is up, by the way, with only one out, second and third. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout from Rogers to get the second out of the inning.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Well, see, Matt, that's part of the problem with this lady. She really doesn't like to talk about any sort of emotional anything. I try to talk straight with her, and every time I do, she just starts looking around different places, waiting for someone else to walk by so she can say, "Oh, can I help you?" Let me get away from this conversation. George Springer takes a pitch inside for ball one. But yeah, now it's the silent game. It was silly. It was like dealing with a kindergartner yesterday. This pitch is chopped foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Second and third, 2 down. The Orioles, Trevor Rogers has a chance to get out of this. But the thing is, I'm sitting here and you're only hearing my side of the story. I got to tell you, she has done so many kind things to me during some of my worst times. The COVID time, the heart attack time. That's why it hurts me so much. I'm sitting here talking about it in the middle of a baseball game. This pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but to me, human relations, I mean, if we can't get along, I mean, what are we here for? I'd like to get along with as many people as I can. And when I make a friend, I want to keep them. And if I upset them, I want to know what I did wrong. I want to be able to make it right. But sometimes you find people that'll just give up on you, won't even tell you why, and that's it. 3-1 the count on Springer. Varsho at third, Jimenez at second. The pitch. There is a called strike, 3-2. And that is a reference that I guess could apply here. I want to give some sort of peaceful offering something. This ball's hit on the ground. Shortstop Henderson. This should end the inning. Over to first in time. And Trevor Rogers works around second and third with 1 out to keep this a 1-run ball game. He taps gloves with Adley Rutschman on the way back to the dugout. We go to the 5th inning. The Orioles are down a run. Yeah, you guys are my friends right now. Honestly, it's true. And I know this is going to sound sappy as shit, but, I speak the truth, and sometimes the truth is sappy, sometimes the truth is blunt and abrasive, but it's always the truth for me, BW. And maybe that's why sometimes I don't have a whole lot of people around me, because a lot of people don't want to hear the truth all the time. But the truth is, folks, you guys in Charm City chat, you guys that come in here on a regular basis and hang out with me for a few hours, you guys really are the closest thing I've got to a circle of friends. And you guys are my friends. And I want to be a better friend to you. I know I fly off the handle sometimes. Sometimes I'll read a comment, and based on the situation, the way my emotions are going, I might have a reaction that I'm not proud of. I'm not perfect, folks. I am a flawed person. I'll be the first person to tell you that. I mean, no one is a bigger critic of me than me. I'm constantly thinking about how I screw up on a daily basis. It gives me anxiety all the damn time. But you guys really do help out. You really do. Had I not had this channel going right now, just, mentally, I would be in a really bad spot. Not to put any pressure on anybody. Feel free to hang out or not. It's up to you. But, yeah. It's just tough, man. It's just tough. Like, again, going back when I had my heart attack, if this lady wasn't there to help with the response, I had a call for an ambulance. I needed help getting downstairs. She was there to help get me over to the hospital. I don't have anybody right now to help me do something like that right now. Jackson Holliday's at the plate, and it's off the plate for ball one. Jackson struck out his first time up. This pitch is foul back. Count even up at a ball and a strike. What's that? I want to hug BW. Oh, thank you, the man. I'd hug you back. This one's drilled by Holiday. Stay up. That ball is caught out there on the run. My goodness, George Springer on a dead sprint. Holiday could not have hit that ball any harder. And it's caught for an out to lead off the inning. My goodness, we should have a runner at second base and nobody out right now. Man, Springer. Good Lord. He had to double clutch that ball in the glove to make sure that ball stayed in there. One out. Mayo time.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Kobe Mayo's still looking for his first major league hit, and he swings and misses at a breaking ball that dropped below the zone. He struck out his first time up. One out, nobody on. The pitch. Outside, he went after it and fouled it away. Free place, Mr. Hyde. Have you seen the size of my apartment? Where are you going to sleep? The ceiling? I guess you can have the shower. I don't think it'll be comfortable. We're not pulling a planes, trains, and automobiles here, if that's what you're thinking. The 0-2 pitch to Mayo is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everyone's invited. Here comes the 1-2 to Mayo. They're setting up outside. That pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Kobe. It's like you're used to knowing what it's like to just flail at the plate. Now just try something different. There's nothing you can attempt to do different that can be worse than the results so far. So just try it. He takes up and away for ball 3. Kobe Mayo has worked the count full. Come on, Kobe. This next pitch could get your major league career cracking. Let's go. The pitch. Swung on and fouled back. He got a 93-mile-an-hour heater middle. Middle with a slight elevated from the middle of the zone. I mean, that is a pitch a hitter dreams of. Only able to foul it back. Here comes another payoff. Swung on and fouled back again. Again, 93 right down the middle. Right down the middle. Come on, Kobe. If he can only foul away a pitch in that location, what are you going to do with pitches on the corners? Another 3-2 outside edge, called strike 3. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. Back to the top of the order for Colton Cowser. First pitch is a called strike, and that was a bad call.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
That was outside.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Another first pitch ball called a strike by the ump on us tonight. And that's a strike. That is not a strike. Cowser has words. And now the umpire's staring down Hyde. Hyde's yelling again, and Hyde has just been tossed. Hyde, come on out and talk to him now then. Get on out there and get in his face. Yeah, take the ump off. Take the mask off, you old fart. Your strike zone has been utter trash. Trash. Hyde is in the face, and I got to be honest with you, Brandon Hyde is being a lot more civil in this argument than I would be. Hyde is trying to be somewhat, and he's already been tossed, so he has every reason to go bananas. Hyde's got one hand in his sweatshirt pocket, almost as if he's begging for help here. You're not going to get any help. Just chew him out. Man, Brandon Hyde, you got to get your money's worth in that spot. Brandon Hyde has been ejected from the ball game. He picks up some notes and heads on down the tunnel. 0-2 the count on Cowser, the pitch. Upstairs. Are you sure, ump? Are you sure? One ball, two strikes. Bases empty, two down in the top of the fifth. Pitch. Low and inside, 2-2. I mean, Hyde, you got to give me a little more than that, man. After you've already been tossed from the dugout, if you're going to come out and bark, man, don't bark sitting there with your hands in your pockets. 2-2 pitch. That's a call strike 3. That's outside. What do you do? What do you do? I mean, I guess you say, well, you got to go after that pitch. But you know what that does? That just gives the pitcher license to go out another inch farther out. And then you're chasing pitch 4 inches off the plate just because you're not quite sure if that's going to get called a strike. Straighten out the zone, you dope. I need more coffee. How we doing, Charm City chat? We go to the bottom of the fifth. Trevor Rogers, first pitch to Ernie Clement is outside for ball one. 3-2 Toronto here. Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Blue Jays won the first. Clement hitting .275 at the moment. And he swings and misses. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll be right back. Off the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, swung on, foul back, 2-2. I miss Earl too, Janet. I miss Earl too. He would have had all the great insults for this idiot. The best insults. Here's a ball hit into center field. And Kowser is there. He makes the catch. 1 out. Vlad Guerrero is up again. God, why does it feel like he comes up in every inning? First pitch to Vlad, swung on, and that is picked by Gunnar Henderson at shortstop. He will spin and throw a low one, but Mountcastle able to get it at the very top of the dirt for out number 2. 2 down here in the fifth, and this is the tough part of the order. Bert Smith is getting loose. He only faced 3 batters last night, so he should have plenty left in the tank. Here's Kirk. He looks at a called strike from Rogers. Folks, I don't know how to tell you this, but Trevor Rogers, while not being impressive, has been serviceable. I remember at least one of these Toronto runs is unearned. 1-1 the count on Kirk. This one's high. 2 balls and a strike. '88th pitch from Rogers is outside. 3-1. Base is empty. 2 down in the fifth. This could be it for Rogers. That one's low for ball 4. Kirk draws a 2-out walk. '89 pitches for Rogers. Trying to complete 5 innings. I got a feeling Spencer Horwitz is going to be his last batter. You got lefty on lefty. No reason to go to Bert Smith here. But this could be it for Rogers, and the first pitch to Horwitz is in the dirt, low and away for ball 1. Angels up by 5 in the bottom of the third, hoping to split that doubleheader with the Yankees. .1-0 is not called a strike. That pitch is closer to the zone than about 6 or 7 pitches called strikes against us tonight. Just want everybody to know that last pitch, why is that not a strike? If we have any sort of consistency. And on this next pitch, a 2-0 pitch is drilled foul, but Horwitz was way out in front of it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, I agree. My only take on that is that I feel like Cole Irvin was a serviceable lefty as well, as this pitch is fouled away. And we had him. And we didn't have to give up Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers to have him. We already had him. If I wanted a serviceable lefty that can give you a chance and eat some innings, That kind of sounds like what Cole Irvin is to me. The batter asks for time. And you could say, well, Rogers, maybe he's got a little more upside. He's younger. He could develop into a better pitcher than he is. I could agree with that, but am I giving up 2 prospects when right now here's a diving stop by Mountcastle on a ground ball. He gets up and taps the bag to get the final out of the inning. All right, the Blue Jays have been held scoreless through the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. Rogers settles down. His day is likely over. He is in line to get the loss if the Orioles can't come back and at least tie this game at some point. 5 innings, 7 hits, and 2 walks. I mean, that is 9 base runners over 5 innings. That's not great. But again, serviceable if the offense is doing what they ought to be doing. You give up 2 or 3 runs, go 5 or 6 innings, and you're the 5th starter in the rotation. That's pretty much what you should be expecting. Unfortunately, it's 5 innings and not 6, and 3 runs given up and not 2. Hey there, Gibney. We have the technology to make pitching calls with crystal clear accuracy and would only increase the integrity of the sport. Umpiring exists out of tradition, not necessity. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any secret to it at this point. I mean, I would rather go grocery shopping and have my groceries handled with the help of a human cashier versus a robot machine. Even though the robot machine might make less mistakes. But when it comes to baseball and everything that's on the line, you know what I would do to say, like, you know what, umpires, forget the robots. I'm willing to let you guys have a chance. Just clear out the bad umps. Just have the cojones to fight your own union and just drop the completely, like, the reputation for about 6 to 10 umpires out there around the league have no business umpiring. Just get rid of those guys as a token of good faith and bring them up. You're bound to bring up replacements that are improvements. That's a start. Yeah, and you can never get rid of umpires entirely. They're still going to have to work in tandem with a robot ball strike machine. Genesis Cabrera is on in relief, left-handed pitcher for the Blue Jays, with Anthony Santander ready to lead things off.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
We are in the top of the 6th. The Orioles just 3 hits tonight. I think they only had, 5 hits last night? And all but one of those came in the final few innings. That first pitch is a called strike to Anthony Santander on the inside corner. Tony's got a 2-run homer tonight. That's all the offense for Baltimore. Get those taters up. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on. Popped up. Foul ground. First base side. Horowitz can't see it. Now he finds it, and he makes a basket catch. My goodness. Horowitz had lost the ball there momentarily, but was able to recover. Santander with a foul pop-up for the first out here in the top of the 6th. It's gunner time. We go over here. Why not? As my sub count continues to just fester. Wow. Gunner is 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch is ball 1. We're going to have to talk about my subs, folks. We're going to have another tough talk. We might as well get all the tough conversations out of the way in one game. There's a called strike. 1-1 on Gunner. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. In his last 18 appearances, Cabrera's ERA is just 1.72. 2-1 pitch. Swung on line, down the corner, foul. Not quite making the back wall corner. Hits off the edge of the stands that jut out there about 30, 40 yards in front of the wall. 2-2 the count on Henderson. Pitch. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again. Folks, interesting fact. When I look at the total watch time hours on my channel, you would think to yourself, well, you got very loyal subscribers and viewers of your content on a nightly basis. They must make up the vast majority of your watch time hours, right? This ball's hit to left field, and Schneider is going to make the catch for the second out. Henderson flies out to left. 2 down in the top of the 6th. Would it surprise you folks to know that the majority of watch time from viewers are from non-subscribers? That's right. So when I'm out there hoping to find some more of you to sub up and help this community grow, I'm not talking to a wall here. I'm talking to the majority of people out there. And your boy's gotten like 2 subs tonight. This pitch is fouled back by Ryan O'Hearn to begin this at-bat. 2 down, nobody on. O'Hearn is 0 for 2 tonight. His average down to 268. I'm telling you right now, folks, I'm on a pace right now where I might not be able to do this next year. I kind of have to stay on a certain pace. It's not a, what do you call it? This pitch is in the dirt. I'm not giving anybody an ultimatum here. I'm just being honest. I'm shooting for 2,500 by the end of the season. The pace was there. And that pace is no longer there. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate. 1-1 the count. The pitch is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So, folks, if you're in the mood, if you're into the whole grassroots thing, I urge you, I implore you, I ask you very, very kindly to please spread the word about the channel. This pitch is inside. 3-1 the count on O'Hearn. I don't know, I don't know. It is slow going lately. Folks, we were on 1770-something in the final game against Cleveland. That was Sunday. It is like pulling teeth right now. Thank you, number 1784. Here's a pitch that is not called a strike. It's ball 4. And the umpire makes a big gesture to the pitcher, waving his arm out as to go, that's outside. So for the first time, the Blue Jays, and by the way, it was outside, and they're complaining about a call they don't get when it is the right call. I don't know what the hell's going on. Ryan O'Hearn takes a walk.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Adley Rutschman is at the plate.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
First pitch to Rutschman, up and away for ball 1. Rutschman loves hitting lefties this season, and he's got a chance to do it right here. He's hitting over 400 from this side of the plate. Hitting just around 215, 220 on the other side as I lose a sub. And again, it just keeps happening. When I bring up the sub screen and I bring up the sub count, it does me absolutely no good at all. I guess I just handle it wrong. I guess I'm supposed to say the right things and I don't know what they are. I don't know. Runner at first, 2 down. Rutschman at the plate with a 1-2 count. Apparently, Matrix. This pitch is low, 2-0 the count. We're here for a rally. That's why we're on the screen right now. It's always been, I've never changed the recipe. I don't do gimmicks. It's not my style. 2-0 the count on Rutschman. The pitch. That one's hit high in the air, but Rutschman got underneath it with that uppercut swing of his, and it's just going to be a routine fly ball to left to end the inning. The Orioles fail to score. They're still trailing by 1. We go to the 7th, or excuse me, bottom of the 6th coming up now. 3-2 Toronto, and we'll take you back on over here now. See? That's all that was. Have I brought up the like count yet tonight? More than halfway through the ball game? No. Have I brought up Magic memberships? Another way to monetize the channel and help keep things going. No, I didn't bring that up. I just sit here and I call the ball game. I know I go off topic sometimes, but I really don't know how to make it more clear that I'm doing this more out of the passion of how much I love doing this. I'm not here for clout. I'm not here to get rich. But I am trying to make this channel, exist. And the only way to do that is to grow it to a certain number. And we're only about, I don't know, a quarter of the way there. We got a long way to go. Got a long way to go. And a short time to get there. I mean, my voice is falling apart. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Maybe this is where BW needs to go on like a retreat. I might need to go meditate. Maybe that Monday off, I'll hit a local island and just sit there, arms and legs folded, eyes closed, listen to the waves roll in, and hopefully clear my mind a little bit. I don't know. I want to be ready for this stretch run. We are going to the bottom of the 6th. Trevor Rogers' day is over. 5 innings, 7 hits, couple of walks, 3 runs, only 2 were earned. Struck out 2. And I think it's going to be Birch Smith, right? Yep, Birch Smith. Not on their screen yet, but on the mound here on my screen. Appearance number 36 on the season here. Time split between the Marlins and the Orioles, mostly with the Marlins. Davis Schneider, right-handed batter to lead it off. He'll be followed by Dalton Varsho and Leo Jimenez. The first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in there for a called strike. Nice 12-6 curve there from Birch. Schneider 0 for 2 tonight. That one swung on and hit in the air to right. Santander moving to his right and now back to his left a bit. He makes the catch. 1 out here in the 6th. There's a nice helicopter shot of the Toronto skyline. Never been to Toronto. Been close. Been to Detroit. All right. Dalton Varsho at the plate. He takes in the dirt for ball 1. Hey, K-Tron, how you been, buddy? Folks, there's one of my good friends from back in the States. Thank you, K-Tron. It's good to see a friend here tonight. The 1-0 is a called strike. All right, folks, we finally got one of those calls on our side. That pitch was about an inch or 2 outside. The umpire said it was a strike. Of course, the Blue Jays aren't complaining. How could they? The 1-1 pitch is up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sounds like I need a trip down Walking Street in Pattaya. Well, that'll definitely take my mind off of everything for about an hour. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed on a pitch on the outside edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cue the Benny Hill theme. Watch me get a copyright strike. Yakety Sax Corporation gonna send me a cease and desist. 2-2 the count on Varsho. One out here in the bottom of the sixth, and this one's popped up. Out of play. That's got to get subs. Oh, everyone's telling me if I do that more, the subs will just roll in. From what? Perverted guys that like to watch sketch comedy about scantily clad nurses running around in wet t-shirts while Benny Hill plays grab ass. All right, I watched a lot of Benny Hill. The 2-2 pitch to Varsho is swung on, hitting the left side, foul, slicing out of play. I forgot, I got a fresh cup of coffee here. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Bert Smith gets the strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
2 down in the inning. Birch. Folks, I'll just keep whistling show tunes if that's what it takes. What's next? 2 down, nobody on for Leo Jimenez, the pitch. That is outside. Jimenez is 2 for 2 on the day. Uh-oh, is that the 2-hour mark? I need to bring back up the stream now. Time to bring back up the stream, and I hope I don't get the audio bleeding in. I might get the audio bleeding in. It's going to take a minute. I'm sorry. I stink. I am the worst. I should be thrown into prison. Lock away the key. Okay, 2-1 the count on Jimenez. And the pitch. Upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, golly. The pitch. Swung on, fouled away, full count. Oh, you want to do that one? My whistling ain't too hot. 3-2 the count on Jimenez. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Bert Smith, get another.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Bert Smith, for the second straight day, comes in, faces 3 batters, and gets 3 outs. Why we took him out so fast yesterday in order to go to Gregory Soto beats the ever-living crap out of me, but he comes in and gets 3 outs here. Keeps it a 1-run ball game as we go to the late innings now. Top of the 7th coming up. Toronto 3, Baltimore 2. Dink, dink. Dink, 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 dink. Dink, dink. Oh, please put a smile on my face, folks. I need it. Your boys had it rough, man. Look, I know everybody out there has got their tough times, and I know this isn't exactly the forum to let it all out, and I should follow suit and keep my personal problems on the side. But man, oh man, thank you for letting me just vent a little bit today. Again, I got to go back out there, probably face this lady here in an hour or two, and try to figure out what the hell's going on with somebody that I care about. Somebody who I don't want to see hate me for the rest of their lives. Just want to figure out what I did wrong. Let me make it right. Everybody should be given that opportunity, you know? I mean, unless I absolutely did something just abhorrent, which I can tell you with all confidence, that's not the case. All right, you want to hear the minutia of it all? When I went to lay off my laundry the last time, she wanted to try to charge me extra because my bed sheets were in the laundry, and her argument was, well, if you're going to put bed sheets in there with the rest of the wash, I pay a flat rate for all my laundry to get just washed, all of it. We don't go by shirt or by kilo. We just got a flat rate, and I pay it. And I throw everything in there. And she's telling me, well, you got to pay more now for the sheets. And I said, I've always had the sheets in the laundry. This is nothing new. I'm not trying to sneak anything past you. Ryan Burr is on the pitch, right-handed pitcher. Curveball is fouled away by Ryan Mountcastle, leading it off here in the 7th.
Okay, mount up.
So I called her bluff. I said, fine, let me go to my bag. I'll remove the sheets. I'll take the sheets home, and I'll wash them my own damn self. And so I go to do that. Then she grabs my arm and says, no, don't. And I'm like, why? You don't? I'm not going to pay more for something that I've already been paying the same amount. So she now stops me and says, oh, forget it. I then go back to pick up my laundry the next day. I walk up to the laundry lady, different lady. I pick up my bag. I hand her a tip. By the way, that tip is the exact same amount that this lady wanted to overcharge me. Ryan Mountcastle with a half swing, and that is strike 3. Mountcastle strikes out to begin the top of the 7th. So the other lady who hates my guts, she saw me tipping this lady as I picked up my laundry. I waved to her, and then I got on the motorbike taxi and went straight back home. Did not see her since until yesterday, and that's when she started playing these games with me. This pitch is fouled away, so I guess she's just mad that instead of giving her the extra 50 baht or whatever that she just made up on the spot, I gave it straight as a tip to the laundry lady herself. The 0-1 pitch, swung on a miss by Jimenez. All right, I'm locked back in, folks. That's the whole damn story. Just stupid stuff like that, and now she's going to never talk to me again? Whatever. Yenier Cano is getting loose. 1 out, bases empty, 0-2 count on Eloy Jimenez. And now I feel the therapy session is over. This pitch is off the plate, a ball and 2 strikes. Paying attention to her advances. She has a husband. Her name's Mai. He's there all the time, too. Me and Mai get along fine. Me and the husband are fine. This pitch is breaking ball low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, she's going to hate me even more because I had to call the owner lady and be like, look, I need to find another place to live because we got a 2-2 count on Jimenez. The pitch swung on, fouled straight back, still 2-2. I called up the owner right after that encounter and said, look, I might need to find, you got another building? Because I might need a new place to live because I can't, every time I go in to pay my rent, have somebody disrespecting me like this and making me feel unwelcome. Here's a check swing grounder. Going to be barehanded at third by Guerrero. Throw across, and it's wild. Jimenez is going to be able to go to second base. Oh, my goodness. What a unpredictable result this is. Eloy Jimenez with a swinging bunt. He's not a fast runner. Guerrero playing third tonight, charging it with the bare hand. He gets the bare hand on it clean, but that ball is thrown offline, and Jimenez is able to go to second base. All right, so we got a reason to turn on the sprinkler here. That tying run now, a base hit away from scoring. By the way, is it Ryan Burr out there on the mound in relief? Bowden Francis. Jackson Holliday at the plate. Oh, he takes a first pitch strike, and that was right in there. Come on, Jackson. Please remove that last comment. Thank you. I don't find that funny whatsoever. This pitch is thrown away. A pickoff attempt made at second, thrown away, and Jimenez will get to third base now. The tying run 90 feet away with only one out. And don't you dare make a comment like that in my chat again, or you're done for good, buddy. That is not cool, dude. Not cool at all. All right, here we go. Maybe talking about all this stuff in my personal life is giving us the momentum we need. I don't know. That tying run is 90 feet away. Come on, Jackson. You got to get him in. The infield is in. Come on. The pitch. Swung on him. Fouled away. It's 0-2. Man, you got to put it in play, Jackson. You got to put it in play. The infield is in. The chances of driving this run in are so high if you just get it in play. Come on, buddy. 0-2 count. The pitch. Swung on and drilled. Right field, you can forget about it. Bye, bye, birdie. Jackson Holiday is my hero. He's done it again. Another homer. This one takes us from losing to winning. A 2-run shot. It's 4-3 Baltimore.
It's magic, you know. It's magic.
Holy cow. That's what your boy needed. Splash it up. Jackson knew it right off the bat. Here's a line drive by Mayo. Caught at short. 2 down. Kobe Mayo. Blink and you missed his at-bat. But, folks, I actually have something positive to say about Mayo. That ball was a line drive off of Mayo's bat. Just bad luck. He hit it right to short. Jackson Holiday. My goodness. Move him up in the order. Not too far. Just one level at a time. Oh, and I just heard an F-bomb without hearing it from the reliever, Burr. Boy, you got more of a potty mouth than Bill Burr. Colton Cowser is going to be due up, and the Blue Jays are going to their bullpen. The Orioles got the lead, baby. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Baltimore 4, Toronto 3. Jackson Holiday taking this team on his back at 20 years old. Are you kidding me? My goodness. Where's the chill out music? Oh, and the Angels are now up 8-2. Parlay dreams coming true. All right, a mercy received, and I'll expect to see a super chat from you later. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Let's take a look at the sub-screen and see if anything's worked. No. Not a 1 since the last check. Again, folks, I don't know. Please let me save anyone the trouble who might come up with the theory of, well, BW, if you keep talking about subs, maybe that's why people aren't interested in doing it, because you talk about it too much. I can sit here and say that I'm willing to bet my entire life that I bring up sub count and like button and all those other things less than any other streamer out there. I barely bring it up. Honestly. Colton Cowser at the plate. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Ryan Yarborough out in relief. Left-handed pitcher, 3.69 ERA. We'll go back over here. Hey there, Chris. Thanks for coming in. And I'm happy to have you say hello as well. As this one's hit on the ground a second softly. Cowser will be retired. The inning is over, but the Orioles, a little bit of holiday magic. Jackson Holiday, a 2-run homer, has turned a Blue Jays lead into an Orioles lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And I'm happy to tell you, it's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in the chat.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
The Orioles clinging to a 1-run lead that they just got. We've got to get 9 more Blue Jay outs and hopefully add on a couple of more runs. Try and level up this series. On a night, again, where there's so many chips stacked against us. We've lost Grayson Rodriguez for some indefinite amount of time. Jacob Webb has hit the DL. Kobe Mayo has looked rough both at the plate and in the field. Brandon Hyde and his managerial decisions from last night. Gregory Soto and his performance from last night. I mean, there's so many things. And then you see Trevor Rogers scheduled to pitch. How do you not come in tonight going, oh, man, what's going to happen here? But I'm telling you right now, it's like I said at the top of the show, that's baseball for you. We've had it happen to us. We've had games where Corbin Burns was scheduled to start against some end-of-the-rotation schlub against some 500 team, and we're looking at that and we're going, we got this one. This one's in the books. And then what happens? Our offense doesn't show up or something, and we lose. It happens. So even though everything is not looking in our favor, look at us right now. We got the lead and a chance to win this damn ball game. Let's go. Ramon Arias is in to play third base, and that's good. Kobe Mayo is out of the ball game. No offense, Kobe, but we need a little more of an established glove. Yenier Cano is on to pitch. We have made the call to Cano. He's pitching the 7th, which makes me wonder how are we going to line these pitchers up. Austin Slater is also in the ball game. He's in left field. This pitch is hit on the ground. Shortstop Henderson's got it to first in time. 1 away here in the 7th on 1 pitch. Lovely stuff. Very lovely. Let's take a look at these. Well, it looks like nothing's been updated yet on the screen here. But Kobe Mayo is definitely out of the game. Arias is at third base. Austin Slater is into the ball game. There you go. He takes over for Ryan O'Hearn left. So defensive upgrades at 2 spots. George Springer at the plate with 1 out. He is 0 for 3 tonight, and he takes a called strike from Cano. 4-3 Orioles in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. That's a called strike, and we get a call back. That was 2 inches outside. Just keep going right back to that spot so the Blue Jays can understand what we've been dealing with. The 0-2 pitch. Low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. That one is swung on and tapped foul at the plate. We'll do it again. Well, yeah. Well, I would expect Dominguez to be a part of this. So who are we looking at in the 8th? I guess if lefties are due up, you go to Perez or Aiken. I don't know if Perez is... He came into the game last night. This pitch is inside. 2-2 the count. Come on, Cano. You got to head 0-2. Let's put him away now. No need to dance around. Go with the stuff that got you ahead 0-2. 2-2 pitch. Reach for off the end of the bat. This could be trouble, and it's going to drop into no man's land for a base hit. Are you kidding me? Cano with a pitch off the plate outside. Springer lunges after it with the bat head, just able to get a piece and lift it into shallow center for a bloop single. My goodness. Now we got to work around this. Leadoff man on. No, excuse me. There's one out already. Thank goodness. One out already. And a man at first base. Guerrero 2 batters away. Right now it's Matt Clement at the plate, and he swings. This could be, it's off Cano's glove. He's only going to get one base runner, and that is the man at the plate, Clement. Cano nearly had a double play ball, but the ball popped out of his glove on a comebacker. He scrambled to pick up the baseball and was only able to get that trail runner at first. So the tying run now at second base with 2 down. And now you got to put on Guerrero. I don't care if he's the go-ahead run. You put him on. Don't you dare pitch to this guy in this spot. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I don't care if it's a lefty on deck. I know it is. It's Horowitz. I don't care. You can't pitch to Vlad in this spot. You can't. You just can't. He goes after it, and Vlad hits one to right field, and deep Santander makes a leaping grab against the wall. Unbelievable! Anthony Santander has saved the day with maybe the best catch of the season, all things considered. Unbelievable catch from Tony. Guerrero doffs his helmet. He can't believe it. The Orioles escape the inning with the lead. We go to the 8th, 4-3 Baltimore. Holy shit! Oh my God! Whew. My goodness. Folks, did you see that catch? My goodness, Vladdy, opposite field. That ball is slicing away from Tony all the way. It's just slicing away, and he kept tracking it down, leapt up against the wall. Couldn't have timed it any better. Unbelievable catch from Santander. Please let us win this game. Man, oh man. Tony's due to lead off next. He's got a 2-run homer and a potential game-saving catch. Unbelievable. Sorry, my sinuses are still giving me a little bit of trouble. Wow. My, oh my. This game of baseball, folks. The highs and the lows, and that was a high right there. That is better than any drug on the market right there. Show me Santander make a play like that. You can keep your heroin. You can have that. Here comes Tony. One more look at that catch. Wow. Fantastic.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Top of the 8th, first pitch to Tony, taken for a called strike. Yarborough, the lefty, still out there. Santander hitting from the right side. 1 for 3. Again, a 2-run homer tonight. 33 on the year. The pitch. Breaking ball, reached for, hit into the air, right side, foul ground. Going after it is the first baseman, Horowitz. He sticks his glove out, but that ball is going to drop out of reach. 0-2 the count. The man is high even during the lows. Well, I can't argue that strategy. Thank you, Bruce. It is tough, especially when you got to sit here and talk for 3 hours straight. It's the breathing. I can only breathe through one nostril right now, and it's annoying the hell out of me. The 0-2 pitch. That one's drilled by Tony, left field. You can forget it. Bye, birdie. Anthony Santander and Jackson Holiday are like Batman and Robin right now in this ball club. Unbelievable. Number 34 on the season. He's hit one from both sides of the plate tonight, like a boss. It is 5-3 Orioles. Holy cow.
It's magic. You know. It's magic.
Holy cow. Splash it up, folks. The home run ball. Gunnar Henderson at the plate. He looks at a called strike, and I guess that means we're going to go over here where nobody, again, nobody has signed up. The 0-1 to Gunnar is in there for a called strike. I mean, is this thing frozen? Hello? Knock, 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 knock. My goodness, more than half of the watch time spent on my channel, people who are unsubscribed, but I can't get just a handful on a nightly basis. This pitch is low and away to Gunnar. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Folks, did I mention that subscribing is free? It takes about 0.4 seconds to do. There's no obligation, no commitment, and no salesman will visit your home. So there's really not a whole lot of reason to not do it. Here's a foul ball by Gunnar. And the count is 1-2. Don't worry, we'll get back off this screen as soon as Gunnar's at-bat is over. But this is where we like to hang out. I hope that's okay if you're new. Welcome in 1785. I love you. The 1-2 to Gunnar. Swung on. Comebacker to Yarborough. The pitcher throws to first. That's a fastball thrown to first base. 1 out here in the inning as Gunnar is retired. Folks, we're 15 away from 1,800 subs. I'd love to go on a run. There used to be days where we'd hit 20, 25 subs. Go on a nice run to clear the next milestone. Eric Swanson, a right-hander, getting loose for the Blue Jays right now in the bullpen. 1 out here. And up steps, who is this? Who is at the plate right now? Is that Ryan? No. It's Austin Slater. That's right. He's in the game. He took place of Ryan O'Hearn. Right-handed hitter. He's got an 0-1 count. This one is a called strike on a check swing. 0-2 on Slater. Slater came in to pinch hit in last night's ball game for Jackson Holiday. Did draw a bases-loaded walk and got an RBI. The 0-2 pitch is taken in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I've hit a plateau. It can't plateau already, Froggy. It can't. Not this hard. If it's going down from like 20 a game to 12 a game, that's a plateau. The 1-2 is outside 2-2. This feels more like falling off a cliff. I was at the edge of the plateau, and then I fell off. Who knows? We got a 2-2 on Slater. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again. It is 5-3 Orioles here in the top of the 8th. The Orioles with 2 runs in the 7th and 1 more so far here to give us a 2-run lead in the late innings. 2-2 to Slater. And that pitch is way outside. Yarborough with a sidearm delivery, and that pitch stayed outside the whole way, all the way to the plate. Full count now on Slater with Adley Rutschman waiting on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that one is a check swing, and that is ball 4. Slater draws a walk.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
That'll keep the line moving for Adley Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
1 out, runner at first. A run already in. The Orioles lead it 5-3. Adley Rutschman batting from the right side. 1 for 3 on the night himself, and this pitch is a called strike. That's off the plate, but whatever. This umpire needs to retire. I mean, dude, you look old enough. Go sit on a beach. You've had your time. Check on the runner, and Slater back in standing. A lot of people with power outages as well. That stinks. Hopefully they're not stuck in a heat wave without any air conditioning. Here's a called strike on the pitch again outside. Man, this ump. It's like ump. When both teams are telling you you're calling ball strikes, why don't you just tighten up the zone a little bit? Everybody else has to make an adjustment. Why doesn't the ump ever make an adjustment? The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. A protective swing by Adley on a pitch low and away. I should try to promo on Twitter more. Just highlights of the game, get you more attention. I do make clips. I put them up on Twitter, but nobody follows my Twitter, Nicholas. I'm not much of a social media darling. Up and in, and that hits Rutschman. And folks, if you're thinking this is retaliation for hitting Guerrero last night, it's not. That ball just got away from Yarborough. And this is not a situation for retaliation. Rutschman gets hit by a pitch right on it looks like the elbow guard, which is a good spot to get hit right on that protective guard there. That's going to be it here for Yarborough. Called the bullpen by the Blue Jays. Ryan Mountcastle is the next man due up, so expect a right-hander to come out of the bullpen for Toronto. We have a pitching change and a break in the action. Top of the 8th, the Orioles lead at 5-3. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Mountcastle due up. Let's look at some out-of-town scores. We haven't done that all night long. What do we got? Lots of finals. Lots and lots of finals. So, was it a doubleheader? Cleveland and, I don't see the second game of this. Where is the second game? Oh, there it is. It's way up top. Okay, so the Diamondbacks swept the Guardians in a doubleheader today. 7-3 in one, 5-3 in the other. 5-2-3 in the other. The Cubs beat up on the Twins 8-2 final. Astros got past their in-state rival Rangers 6-4 today. The A's have begun a new losing streak for the White Sox. They beat them 3-2. Yankees won game 1 of their doubleheader, 5-2 over the Angels. Marlins took care of the Reds 6-4. Currently, the Pirates with a 1-run lead, 6-5 over the Padres. That's in the top of the 8th. Giants up by 3. That's a final. Giants beat the Nats 7-4. Game 2 of the Yankees-Angels doubleheader. The Angels up by 6. That's now going into the bottom half of the 6th. Brewers going into the bottom half of the 6th have a 6-4 lead on Atlanta. Cardinals up 5-1 on Tampa. That's in the top of the 6th. Bottom 4, Red Sox 4, Royals 3. Mets up 2-1 on the Rockies in the top of the 3rd. Everything else is coming up a little bit later. About 10 minutes from now, you got the Tigers and Mariners. Half an hour after that, you got the Dodgers and the Phillies, and you're all caught up. Eric Swanson, right-handed reliever, making his 23rd appearance of the season, is on for the Blue Jays. Ryan Mountcastle is at the plate.
Okay, mount up.
First pitch is swung on and missed. 88 miles an hour below the zone. Mounties 1 for 3. He doubled. He also reached on an error. The Blue Jays have made 3 errors tonight. The Orioles have only been credited for 1, but we should probably have 2 ourselves. This pitch is a called strike. Again, it's off the plate outside, and Mountcastle puts his hand on his hip. Unbelievable, this strike zone tonight. It is consistently awful. If you want consistency, you got it. It is consistently awful. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Down goes Mountie. Look, let me give you a little bit of a news flash, okay? It is tough for a major league hitter as it is, right? If you can be successful 3 times out of 10, you're going to the Hall of Fame. You get 3 strikes to work with. If you're going to just go ahead and hand every batter a strike 1, undeserved from the pitcher, you're basically giving every batter 2 strikes to work with and working from behind in the count every damn time. Here's Eloy Jimenez. There's a called strike, bottom of the zone. Jimenez singled and scored his last time up, 1 for 3. His average on the season split between the White Sox and us, 254. 0-1 pitch, off the plate, low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hey, we got the Discord link up. Thank you there, Froggy. Keegan Aiken, back up with the team. Is up getting loose. Cionel Perez, another lefty, standing there next to him, but he's not currently throwing. The 1-1 pitch is low and inside. 2-1 on Eloy Jimenez. First and second, 2 down. A 2-1 count on Eloy. The pitch. There's a breaking ball line. Fair ball down the right field corner. That should score a pair. 1 run is in. Here comes another. It's a 2-run, 2-out double from Eloy Jimenez, and the Orioles now lead it 7-3. Eloy Jimenez has done it again. Splash it up, Charm City chat. We got ourselves a DH. And Jimenez is going to be pinch run for here by Ced Mullins. I love it. That's probably Eloy's last trip to the plate. Why not get some faster legs out there at second base? Jackson Holliday's up now. What a night for him. Two-run homer his last time up. The pitch taken on the outside edge for a called strike. Folks, he's creeping up toward the Mendoza line. He's 7 points shy of 200. It's getting up there. The 0-1. That's a chopper foul behind the plate. Excuse me. Oh, no balls and 2 strikes. A little bit of a hiccup there. Orioles 7, Blue Jays 3. We're in the top of the 8th. Runner at second with 2 down, an 0-2 count on Jackson Holliday. Eric Swanson's next pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. And the at-bat will continue. We are playing better since Hyde got thrown out. Why? Because now BW's managing this team. I'm managing now. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and that's a comebacker to the pitcher. Holliday will be retired, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 8th, but the Orioles have added on 3. And Anthony Santander home run is second of the night. And Eloy Jimenez with a 2-run, 2-out double. Oh, my God. Did you see the face on Guerrero after Santander hit that home run? Folks, there's a replay, a close-up of Santander swinging and driving that home run out, and the camera then focuses on Vlad Guerrero, who is just sitting there with his eyes wide open going, wow, did he just do that to us? That was fantastic. Vlad Guerrero looking like he just got caught cheating on his girlfriend or something. It was a beautiful face he made. All right, bottom of the 8th coming up. 4-run lead. Got to get the job done. Middle of the order due up for the Blue Jays. Kirk, Horwitz, and Schneider. The law offices of Science and Kirk. Hey, who grew up seeing those ads in the local Maryland, D.C., Baltimore area? The law offices of Science and Kirk. God, I remember that damn commercial would come on every 15 minutes. And that commercial would play during cartoons. I'm sitting there wondering at the age of 12, like, how many 12-year-olds out there need a lawyer? I don't. Let's talk about it. Why did they have to advertise so hard on children's content? I'd be sitting there watching Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and getting a lawyer ad every 10 minutes. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 8th. They were grooming us. Cano is still out there on the mound. He only had to throw 9 pitches in the 7th. Alejandro Kirk is at the plate. The pitch, up and in for ball 1. Alejandro Kirk, I tell you what. He looks like if you took a Super Mario Brother character and squished him. This pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1 the count. I mean, he looks like if one Oompa Loompa made it out and turned into an athlete. The 1-1 is line, and that is a base hit down the left field line, and I can never talk anything about Kirk again. Although I'll say this, he's so damn slow. That is a double for anybody else. For Kirk, it's a single on a base hit down the left field corner. Leadoff single for Kirk. That is a double for anybody else. And we're going to have a pitching change. Freddie Gonzalez has now taken over the managerial duties. He takes the baseball from Cano, and we're going to call upon Cionel Perez. Pitching change in Toronto. One on, nobody out, with Cionel Perez coming in. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to have some breakfast. My stomach is churning. I've complained enough already today. You guys have been so nice to me. You loyal Charm City chatters. I tell you what. Don't ever be blindly loyal. If your boy ever gets out of line, call him out on it. I don't want blind loyalty. I feel like that's a bit of a problem these days. People who just blindly follow people without any thought about, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm too busy looking for something that I can't find. I'll be right back. All right. I'm still trying to forgive you for the blown home run call. What, from yesterday, Mr. Hyde? From yesterday? You are joking, right? Please tell me you're joking. There are a lot of people in the chat that were in agreement that they thought that ball was gone. And I did correct it mid-call. This one is hit to first, and they will get the force at second base. Alejandro Kirk is out. Cionel Perez, first pitch to Seth Horwitz, a ground ball. Mountcastle goes to second for the force. They can't turn two, but that is a fielder's choice. The lead runner is off the base. One out, runner at first for Davis Schneider. Oh, Mr. Hyde, is today the right day to be teasing me? You know what I've been through. You know. Here's a curveball that stays high to Schneider. 1-0 the count. It's fine, Mr. Hyde. Go ahead. It's like ducks in a barrel right now. Or is it fish? I can't remember. Check swing. Pitch on off the plate. No swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, no strikes. I got to get it together. Come on. Lock in, BW. We're in the late innings here. Bottom of the 8th. The Orioles need to get 5 more outs. They're up 4 runs. A 2-0 pitch to Schneider is swung on and popped foul out of play. 2-1. 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Baltimore. 3 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors for Toronto. Tell you what, they've out-hit us, but those errors, they got to be feeling pretty miserable right now with this game the way it's going. This is a curveball that's right in there for a strike. 2-2 the count. Salt pork in a barrel. I don't know. Apples in a barrel? Are we bobbing? Who's bobbing? 2-2 pitch. Check swing. He went. Come on. He went. Yes, he did. Strike 3.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Davis Schneider struck out by Perez on a check swing. Oh, he went all the way around. Yeah, you knew it. They had an appeal, and the first base umpire correctly rang him up. 2 down in the inning. Here's Dalton Varsho. First pitch is inside for ball 1. I'm guessing we're going to see Dominguez in the 9th. Again, it's another situation where it's not a technical save situation, but close enough to where we can get an idea of what to expect. The 1-0 to Varsho is low. 2 balls, no strikes. He's going to finish. It's technically not closing. But you guys know that. We got a 4-run lead. Hell, it could be a bigger lead. We still got another chance at the plate in the top of the 9th to add on. But right now, Cionel Perez needs to get this 3rd out. He's got a runner at first base, a 2-0 count on Dalton Varsho, who's 1 for 3 so far today. The pitch, that is in there. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. That Yankee game now in the 7th. They're still down by half a dozen runs to the Angels, or the Angeles. The pitch is swung on and missed in the count. 2-2. Come on, Perez. Let's put him away now. Put him away, put him away, put him away now. Put him away, put him away, put him away now. 2 out, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. Left center. Coming in is the left fielder, Slater. He's got it, and this inning is over. Folks, we are going to the 9th. Up by 4. 9-1-2 due up to try to add on. Looks like the Blue Jays are going to bring out another pitcher. Didn't catch his name or number, just a side profile. Couldn't even see what arm his glove was on. But he's going to come out to pitch to relieve Eric Swanson. It'll be the 6th pitcher of the night for the Blue Jays. By the way, the Orioles have only left 4 men on base. The Blue Jays have left 7 men on. Extra base hits, a double from Mountie, a double from Jimenez, 2 home runs from Anthony Santander, and a home run from Jackson Holliday. Santander now up to 78 RBI, just 1 week into August. And that 2-run knock from Jimenez came with 2 down. Kobe Mayo has had a bad night and has been taken out of the ballgame after going 0 for 3 and making 1 official error and 1 non-official error. Guerrero has 2 of the 3 Blue Jay errors on the night. Oh man, Tony's going to get such a big payday, and I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for Tony. He deserves it. Absolutely deserves it. What a rise for a baseball career for Anthony Santander. Rule 5 draft pickup on a team that at the time was looking at 100 lost seasons, one after the next. Stayed in there, became part of the foundation of this team, and turned into the veteran that he is. And I love the guy. Have you ever seen this guy when the Orioles do a promotional video? There was a Mother's Day video with Santander doing a phony interview where the big, it was like candid camera. They had his mom like hiding behind a screen. She came out to surprise him. Like he was sitting there thinking he was just going to give a happy or Mother's Day message to his mom. And then his mom pops out to surprise him. And boy, the hug he gave his mom, that's how you know he's a good guy. Here's Ramon Arias. He swings and misses at the first pitch. We've got a righty out here for the Blue Jays. Who are you? Let's take a look. It is Grayson Rodriguez, who was starting in this rotation when we last played Toronto and Baltimore. Am I wrong about that? Wasn't this guy starting that one game we knocked him around big? 0-2 the count on Arias here. And he swings and misses at a 96-mile-an-hour heater, letter high. Not a good AB there from Arias. 1 out in the 9th. Back to the top of the order. One more time. Let's go. Colton Cowser, 0 for 3 tonight. Here's a chance to start a new hit streak. One more chance at the plate. The pitch. That is swung on and fouled straight back off the advertising behind the plate. Cowser does have a walk and scored a run tonight, so he has contributed. Average currently at 248. We are in the top of the 9th, folks. This pitch is hit right back up the middle, backhanded by the shortstop. Hard throw from Jimenez, and just in time, Cowser hustling down the line. Close play there. It did look, from my view in real time, that he is out, but we're going to see a replay. Let's see how close it was. Yep, got him by half a step, maybe only a quarter step, but did get him. 2 down in the inning. Folks, one more time.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Anthony Santander up there for one more trip to the plate. Get those taters up. First pitch is low and in. Tony, tonight, 2 home runs, 1 from both sides of the plate. Oh, that makes me think about Eddie Murray. Gets me in the feels. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, line hard, backhanded by the first baseman Horowitz. And he'll throw to the pitcher covering to win the inning. Tony hits it hard. He finishes with a 2 for 5 night. But those 2 hits were big. Folks, Sir Anthony Dominguez had been getting loose, and he's coming on out. Folks, next time we get a 3 runs or less lead going into the 9th, I don't see how we don't go to him. Everything's setting up for him to get the shot. Everything is setting up for Dominguez to get a shot at being our closer. And it's kind of worked out. Again, he doesn't have to come in immediately and be donned the closer. He's coming in situations that are technically not save situations, but are about as close to it as he can get. So it's a bit of a audition. You guys ready to close the door?
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
Let's check in with my boy Tony down at the dance hall.
Call it the Baltimore Miracle or some shit.
That's not you, Tony. Where you at?
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
What's that? What's that? Baltimore. Baltimore. What's that? It's a new dance, Tony. It's right up there with the electric slide. It's called the Baltimore. You put your right foot in. All right, 8-9-1 due up for the Blue Jays. Folks, here's how this is going to work. If we can end this ball game before Guerrero comes up, we won. Period. If Guerrero gets up in the inning, it's going to be, tense. Let's try to keep it not tense. 8-9-1. I mean, look at these averages, folks. 229, 148, 224. It's time to get to work, Sir Anthony. No fooling around. Throw strikes, you got a 4-run lead. Maybe when you get ahead 0-2, you can throw that slider off the plate. But don't mess around and get behind. Let's just start throwing strikes like a closer does. All right, Jimenez at the plate, first pitch. Swing and a miss, and that looked like the slider off the plate. All right. Do it your way, Sir Anthony. 0-1 the count. Jimenez is 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of doubles. This one is swung on and jacked to left center field. Between the outfielders and down for a hit up against the base of the wall. Leo Jimenez, his third double of the night. I mean, he has done more in this game than he's done probably since getting called up. I mean, there you go. 6th double of the season. Half of them have come in this ball game. So there you go. Dominguez, first batter he faces, bottom of the order, and he gives up a leadoff double. And I tell you what, if Jimenez wasn't a tiny guy, that ball's probably gone. He's not really a power hitter, but he nearly hit it out anyway. Second base, nobody out. Addison Barger is on the pinch hit for Brian Serven. Left-handed bat, hitting an even 200. First pitch is on the bottom of the zone, called a strike. Can't worry about that runner at second. Just keep attacking the guys at the plate right now. Here comes the 0-1, and that's low and in at 100 miles an hour. Barger, no interest at going after it. Only had to move his feet a bit because that ball was low and in. Since being recalled, Barger hitting .320, 8 for 25 since his last recall. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Folks, we are in the bottom of the 9th. The Orioles lead it by 4 after losing a tough game last night. A really frustrating result, a really frustrating game to watch. And looking at the matchup tonight on paper, optimism was hard to find, but right now we are on the verge as this pitch has popped up on the infield and a scooping grab by Sir Anthony Dominguez. My goodness, Dominguez jumps off the mound on a soft pop-up, a little league pop-up on the infield, and he snares it near the third baseline with a basket catch. Sir Anthony Dominguez helping himself out here. Lovely play. 1 out in the 9th. Back to the top of the order for Springer. He is 1 for 4 so far. Runner at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Come on, Birdland. Let's go, Charm City chat. Let's level up this series and go for the win tomorrow. The pitch. Low and outside, 1-1. 1-1 on Springer. Well, I mean, he's brand new there. Relief pitchers, are, by definition, are going to have their ups and downs, you know? The 1-1. There's a perfectly placed slider, bottom of the zone on the outside corner. 2 strikes on Springer. Perfectly placed for a called strike 2 there by Dominguez. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Another slider. This one breaks off the plate, gets Springer to swing at it, and gets the strikeout. That's how you pitch.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Folks, that's how you pitch. It's called a sequence. It's called moving the ball around, mixing up your pitches, hitting corners, getting batters to chase when behind. That is what a closer does. And here's Clement with 2 down, a fly ball to left center. Cowser calls off Slater. He's got it. And the Orioles have won this ball game. They have erased last night's nightmare and followed it up with a win on a day where Trevor Rogers made the start. Anthony Santander, folks, you got to give him the player of the game. A 2-home-run night from both sides of the plate. Once again, making your boy feel the old days of Eddie Murray doing something similar time and again. Oh, it's like getting into a time machine, man. Jackson Holiday with a home run as well. The Orioles 7 runs on 7 hits, while the Blue Jays had 10 hits, but it could only score 3 while making 3 errors. Folks, not only is this a positive win for us, this is a demoralizing defeat for the Blue Jays. I mean, they kind of stunk it up when you consider the errors, when you consider the men left on base, when you consider just 3 runs on 10 hits. The Orioles get the job done and move back to 21 games over 500. All right, tomorrow is the rubber game. And we're going to take a look at it, folks. Hang out here for a minute. Yeah, Gunnar had an offer tonight. I know. We can sit here and talk about who didn't do what. I mean, for me, Kobe Mayo, you don't play him tomorrow. You give him another start in Tampa somewhere. But right now, I don't know. I think Kobe Mayo probably best used as a pinch hitter, because there's no fielding involved with pinch hitting. I mean, if you're not hitting, it's one thing. But if you're making errors too, buddy, I'm sorry. We can't afford it right now. We cannot afford it. I'm rooting for you, Kobe. Everybody knows Kobe Mayo is my boy. Jordan Westberg is my current boy on the big club. When it comes to the prospects, before this year started, I was all about the Mayo show, and I still believe it's going to happen. He's just going to have to go through, the whole, what do you call it? I can't come up with anything tonight. Initiation, I guess. I don't know. It's a tough initiation, getting into the bigs for some guys. All right. The pitching. I mean, folks, after Rogers, 4 shutout innings from your bullpen, a very good sign. Bert Smith, 1 clean inning with 2 strikeouts. Cano did give up a couple of hits, but didn't let anybody score. Perez, a clean inning with a strikeout. Dominguez, 1 hit, a strikeout. Bullpen got the job done. All right, folks, let's look at tomorrow's matchup, the final game of this series, and I think it's still a night game. I don't think it's a getaway afternoon start. I sure hope not. I kind of need to stay on a normal sleep schedule right now. I barely woke up in time for this. Tomorrow is going to be good. Same time as tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here's what the matchup is. Dean Kramer against Kevin Gossman. Old school O. Folks, these two guys pretty neck and neck. Record-wise, Gossman has a winning record of 9-8. Kramer just 4-8, but Kramer's been a tough luck pitcher, has not had a whole lot of run support. You look at the other peripherals, pretty even up. Kramer actually with a lower ERA and a lower whip than Gossman. While Gossman has pitched 44 additional innings, he is an innings eater in this Blue Jays rotation. He's a veteran, and, when he's on, he's tough. Hopefully he won't be on tomorrow. But who will be on tomorrow? Your boy, BW. And probably not wearing his hat, because I will have showered, and that's that. Wish me luck as I go pick up my laundry here in a little bit. It's now 1 minute away from being 9 a.m. So, yeah, breakfast and then laundry. And then that's that. You know what? I think I'm just going to go get the breakfast. I'll wait on the laundry. Right. Let me see if there's somewhere I can send you here before I get out of here. Any current games going on? The Mets are tied with the Rockies. That might be the place to go, but I haven't sent you over to Fitz in a while. If Fitzy is on, I'm going to send you on over to Fitzy. Looks like JJ's game is not going to be on here for a little bit. So, Fitzy it is. Just add him on in here if he is streaming. Indeed he is. The Red Sox are playing Kansas City. Hey, if you want to join me over there and trash talk and hate watch the Yankees on the side, feel free. Folks, we are 3 likes away from 100. Can we get this done before I sign off? I have not talked about the like count all night, and wouldn't you believe it? The one night I don't do it is the one night we're in danger of not hitting 100. Folks, we got to get to 100. That's kind of important. There's still 124 of you here. I'm about to sign off. Could you please hit that like button before you go? Get us up to triple digits on a big win game tonight. Your boy put everything on the line. There we go. Fantastic. All right, folks. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:55 p.m., back on the air, 7:07 first pitch. The Orioles are going to take this series. Dean Kramer going to help get us over the line, all right? Thanks to everybody in the Charm City chat, particularly the mods, all the new people that have signed up today, the fellow bird watchers, the Magic members with their special binoculars there, like post-surface. Good to see you, buddy. Everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your night and come on back tomorrow, okay? Until then, I'm going to send you on over to Red Sox Royals. Say hi to Fitzy for me. Until then, this has been the Bird Watcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Good night, everybody.